Okay, so solving for C. Again, we're trying to get the variable by itself, but we can't simplify it much. And I have two different versions of the same answer here. So I'm going to show on the document cam here how we got that result, or how I got the result. First of all, if we want to get C by itself, we have a multiplication here, times 9/5, and we have a plus 32 in addition. So we need to get rid of both of those. I always recommend dealing with the adding or subtracting first, if possible. So I'm going to subtract 32 from both sides of that equal sign. 32 minus 32 is 0, which is that was the goal. And f minus 32, I don't know what f is. So minus 32. Now I have a choice, and this is where I'm going to split. So I'm actually going to write the same thing over here. Let's see, there we go. I could deal with this as a fraction and say 9/5 times C. If I want to get C by itself, I need to divide both sides by 9/5. Dividing by 9/5 is really the same as multiplying by the reciprocal, where you take the second fraction and you take the reciprocal, you flip it over. 5/9 times 9/5. If you multiply and reduce, you'll get 1, which is kind of the point. And I'm going to run out of room here a little bit, so I apologize, but I'm going to write small. So I multiplied the right side of the equal sign here by 5/9 to make this just 1C. That was the idea of getting rid of that 9/5, was to make it into just 1C, and C is now isolated and by itself. So I need to multiply the other side by 9/5. But I do need to multiply everything by 9/5, and that is important. You can't just do 5/9. You can't just do 5/9 times f. It's 5/9 times the entire side. It's everything on either side of that equal sign. So it'd be 5/9 times f minus 32. And those parentheses do make a difference because we are really multiplying 5/9 times the entire right side of the equal sign too. However, it's only multiplication. There's nothing else in here. It's all multiply, multiply. And so multiplication, those parentheses, that associative property, doesn't really do much. Like there's not a lot going on there. With addition and subtraction, now there is, because now we have distribution, and that's a whole other thing. And so when you're multiplying both sides of an equal sign, or dividing both sides of an equal sign, make sure you divide everything by that. It's the entire side anyways. So that's where I got the answer, 5/9 times parentheses f minus 32. That. The other way, again, I've already added the 30 or subtracted the 32, so I'm left with this. I could deal with this instead of as 9/5 as a fraction. I could deal with it as divided by 5 and times 9. So to get rid of that divided by 5, I could do times 5. I know I'm writing small there, but I can multiply by 5. 5 times 9/5 times C. That divided by 5 and then multiplied by 5 divide to 1, or become 1. I've got 9C. I have to multiply the other side by 5. So I've got 5 f minus 32. And you'll notice it's starting to look a little bit like my result over here with that times 5. And you could distribute through. So you can multiply everything by 5 and get 5f minus, what would that be, 160 equals 9C. And then we still need to get C by itself, so I could divide both sides by 9. Divide everything by 9. The entire side needs to be divided by 9. 9 divided by 9 is 1. I'm left with C equals 5f minus 160 all over 9. I guess a third way you could maybe write it is by breaking up this fraction and having it like that too. So all of these really say the same thing. Kind of depends on how you addressed the problem and looked at it. So that's how we get two of the results that I showed, plus maybe a third one too.